video, we will explain you about the properties of parallelogram, and also we will solve some questions related to parallelogram and also quadrilaterals. Now, when the word quadrilaterals comes, you must understand that quadrilaterals is associated with the four-sided polygon. So when we talk about the quadrilaterals, it is the irregular shape of a four-sided polygon. So what do I mean by that? So for example, this is a polygon. Now I want you to understand that what is the relationship of the interior angles of this quadrilateral. So remember that when you add all the angles A plus B plus C plus D, the sum of all these angles must be equals to 360 degree. Now it could be different, yani A and C, they are not always be equal to each other, or B and D are always be equal to each other. There is no relationship among each other, but the sum of all the angles must be equal to 360 degree. Now, this quadrilateral is said to be a parallelogram if and only if the opposite sides are parallel to each other and also congruent to each other, which means if it is 15 centimeter, then the opposite side is also equals to 15 centimeter. Similarly, the other two opposite sides must also be equal to each other. So if it is 10 centimeters, so the other is also 10 centimeter. The other thing or the other property of the polygon is that this triangle, let's suppose triangle A, must be equals to triangle C. Okay, so if this is 95 degrees, so angle C will also be 95 degree. The other thing is, means let's suppose this is the B angle. If B angle and the D angle must be equals to each other, which means that in the parallelogram the opposite angles must be equal to each other. And what is the relationship between the A and the D? It means the angles which are side by side with each other, okay, side by side to each other, the sum of them, which means that A plus D is equals to 180 degree. Similarly, C plus D, okay, C plus D, they are side by side, right? So C plus D is also equals to 180 degree. Similarly, when you add angle B and angle C, the sum must be equals to 180 degree. And lastly, when you add angle A and angle B, the sum of these angles is also be equals to 180 degree. So these are the properties of parallelogram. And the last thing is that if you make a diagonal, okay, if you make a diagonal in the parallelogram, then you must remember that this side and this side, let's suppose this is O. So AO and CO are congruent to each other. Similarly, BO and DO are equal and congruent to each other. Keeping all these properties in mind, we are going to solve some of the questions related to quadrilaterals and the parallelogram. So what have you seen? Here, this is a quadrilateral, irregular shape of a four-sided polygon. So what I told you that when you add all these interior angles, the sum must be equals to 360 degree. So find out the value of x. So remember, x equals to 360 minus, and the sum of all these means 100 plus 95 plus 65. You can write like this, or even you can write like this: 360 minus 100 minus 95 minus 65. You can write either way. Either way is correct if you have to show your work. Okay, so x equals to 360 minus. When you add them, this is 100 plus 95, 195. This is 200, so 260 degree. So 360 minus 260 gives you 100 degree. So this is how we can find out any unknown interior angle of a quadrilateral. So keeping that in mind, let's try to solve this question. So what is it? Again, you have to solve for x. So we will write here x degree equals to 360 minus, what is this? This seems to be 43 degree minus 140 degree minus 40 degree. Okay, so or as I told you, we can write it as 360 minus 43 plus 140 plus 40 degree. You can use any way to solve it. Okay, so 140 plus 40 is 180. 180 plus 240 is 223. Now, subtract it from the 360. So you will get 7 and 5 and 2 is 3. And then 3 minus 2 is 137 degree. Okay, so this is how we will solve it. Next question. It seems to me a polygon, but a parallelogram, but according to the figures which they are giving me, it is not a exact uh, parallelogram. So that because the angles, they are not congruent to each other, I will use my same method. It means x equals to 360 minus 68 minus 110 minus 112. Or as I told you, we can write it as 360 plus and then 68 plus 1110 plus 112. You can use either method. If you are using the calculator, this is the best method. Write it in the calculator, get the direct answer. And if you are using the mental math, then the second method, that is this method, is easy. First add all the angles and then subtract from the 360. But make sure that your working is correct. Okay, 110 plus 112, it will be 222. 222 plus 68 gives us 789, 290 degree. Okay, so 360 minus 290 degree gives us 70 degree. So this is the measurement of x angle. Now look at this one. They are saying that they are ensuring you that WXYZ is a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram means that there is no doubt that this is not a parallelogram. What does it mean? So before answering anything, let me show you and let's understand that what this parallelogram means. Okay, so WZ is equals to XY. It means if it is 16 centimeter, this is also going to be 16. ZY is congruent and parallel to WX, which means 25 centimeters. So this is also be equal to 25 centimeter. Now, angle Y is congruent to opposite angle, that is W, which means it is going to be 108 degree. And similarly, angle Z is going to be congruent to angle X, so it is going to be 72 degree. Now all the informations are in front of you. Let's try to write down the answer. What is WX? So WX is 25 centimeter. What is XY? So XY, we have just find out that it is 16 centimeter. What is about angle W? So we have just found that angle W is 108 degree. And what about the angle X? Angle X, we find out already that it is 72 degree. Next question. Now this is LMN and P is a parallelogram and LN is 24 centimeters. So where is LN? LN is the diagonal. Okay. So I told you just before that if this is the diagonal which is 24 inches and if another diagonal is cutting, so this side is going to be equal to this side. So this is this is L for example. Okay, this is L, this is K and this is N. So if Ln is 24, then Lk will be the half of 24. So half of 24, or you can write as 24 divided by 2, it is equals to 12. So it means that LK is 12 inches and similarly KN is also 12 inches. So they are asking about NK, so which is 12 inches. Next question. So again, before solving this question, let's write out all the information. So QR equals to 2. So QR is 2. So definitely TS is also 2. RS is 4.1. So if RS is 4.1, then definitely opposite side TQ will also be 4.1. SP is 2.5. So SP is where here? It is 2.5, right? It is 2.5. So definitely QP will also be 2.5. So in that case, QS will be 5. 2.5 plus 2.5 will be 5. Now what about RST? Now RST, how to read? Start from the R and read the S angle. So where is it? R, this S and T. Okay, this is the angle. So this angle they are saying that this angle, I am writing it here, it is 76 degree. So if this is 76 degree, so angle TQR is also 76 degree. Now, if I don't want to see the questions, I just want to know that what about then this angle? Okay, means QTS. So we already know that the sum of this angle means angle T and angle S should be equal to 180 degree. So if I want to find out, I will 180 minus 76 degree, it will gives me 104 degree, right? So this is going to be 104 degree. So if this is 104 degree, this is also going to be 104 degree. Okay, now all the informations are in front of you. Let's solve this table. QT. So what is QT? So QT is here, which is 4.1 centimeter. PQ, here is PQ. Where is the PQ? Yes, this is PQ, diagonal side. So this is 2.5. Then they are asking us about the QS. QS is the full diagonal, which means it is 2.5 plus 2.5, which gives me 5. Now TQR. So TQR is already 76 degree. Now find the unknown measure of the parallelogram. So what have we learned about? That angle T is equal or congruent to angle R. So we can say that angle T is congruent to angle T is congruent to angle R. So what is angle T? What is angle T? Angle T is 12x minus 1 equals to what is R? That is 9x plus 70. Now to solve for x, bring all the x on the left hand side. So plus 9x goes on the other side. It becomes negative 9x. Bring the numbers on the right side. So negative 1 goes on the right side. This gives you positive 1. 12 minus 9 is 3x. 17 plus 1 is 18. Divide both sides by the 3 because x, the number 3 is multiplying with the x. Okay, so to get rid of this thing, so x equals to 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now they are asking us to find out angle T first. Okay, so angle T is 12x minus 1. Replace x by 6 minus 1. 12 times 6, 2s are 12, 2, 1, 6. 72 minus 1 gives you 71 degree. Next, angle R should be equal to 71 degree also, but we have to show our work. So 9 times 6 is 54. 54 plus 17, 64, 71 definitely. So that is our answer. Now here also, what is it? This they are saying about the TR. Okay, find the TR. It means TP and PR are congruent to each other. So first of all, find out that TP is congruent to PR. First, find out this thing. So TP is 5x plus 9 equals to PR, which is 7x minus 11. Bring the 7x on the other side, gives you negative 7x. Bring plus 9 on the other side, gives you negative 9. 5 minus 7 is negative 2x. Minus 11 minus 9, it gives you minus 20. Divide both sides by negative 2 to find the value of x. It will gives you 10. Now they are asking what is TR. So can you see that TR is the whole diagonal. So TR actually it is equals to TP plus PR. And what is TP? It's 5x plus 9. And what is PR? 7x minus 11. Replace the x by 10. So 5 times 10 is 50 plus 9, 59 plus 7 times 10 is 70. So 59 plus 70, 129. 129 minus 11 gives us 180. Next question, find AD. Now here the two sides AD is congruent to BC. The opposite sides are congruent to each other. So AD is 4x plus 3 and BC is 7x minus 15. Bring the 7x on the other side, gives you negative 7x. Bring plus 3 on the other side, gives you negative 3. So 4 minus 7 is negative 3x. Minus 15 minus 3 gives you negative 18. Divide both sides by negative 3. You will get x equals to 6. Now since you have to find out the AD is 4x plus 3. Substitute the value of x in this equation. So you will get 24. 24 plus 3 gives you 27. Next question, find angle B. It is angle B. So now you know that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent to each other. So angle B is congruent to angle D. Angle B is 8x minus 21 and angle D is 5x plus 50. So bring the 5x on the other side, gives you negative 5x. So it is 3x minus 21. Bring on the other side, it gives you plus 21, which will give you 36. Divide both sides by the 3, you will get 12. Now to find angle B, substitute the value of x in 8x minus 21. So 8 times 12 minus 21. So 8 times 2 is 16, 6, 1, 8, 1, 96. 96 minus 21 gives you 75. Next question, find ST and QR the same way. What you know that ST is congruent to QR. What is ST? That is 4x plus 3. And what is QR? 6x minus 9. Bring the 6x on the other side, gives you negative 6x. Bring the 3 on the other side, gives you negative 3. 4 minus 6 gives you negative 2x. Minus 9 minus 3 gives you minus 12. Divide both sides by negative 2. You will get x equals to 6. Now solve for ST. So ST is equals to 4x plus 3. So replace x by the 6. So you will get 27. Now find out the QR, which is 6x minus 9. Replace x by the 6. So 36 minus 9 is 36. 20 is also 27. No, I stuck because I thought that my calculation was wrong. So they are equal to each other. Okay, here also find ST and QR same way that Q. Okay, this is ST and QR. They are not asking, actually they are asking about the QT and SR. Okay, so how to find it out? Because there is no way that if you know the measurements of the two opposite sides, you can find out the other two sides also. There is no such measurement until this is a rhombus which says that all sides are equivalent to each other. So it is actually by mistake, typo error. So QT is congruent to RS. So QT is 7x minus 8 is equals to 5x plus 10. Bring the 5x on the other side and bring the negative 8 on other side. On changing the places, we change the signs. 7 minus 5 is 2x and 10 plus 8 is 18. Divide both sides by the 2, we will get x equals to 9. Now find out the value of QT, which is 7x minus 8. So replace x by 9. So 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 9 is 63. 63 minus 8 is 54. 55. Okay. Now we have RS, which is 5x plus 10. So replace x by 9. So it's 5 times 9 is 45. 45 plus 10, it gives you also 55. Now here angle R and angle T, they are opposite and they are congruent to each other. So in place of angle R, you will write 9x plus 17 equals to angle T, which is 12x minus 1. Bring 12x on the left hand side gives you negative 12x plus 17. Bring on the other side gives you negative 17. 9 minus 12 gives you negative 3x. Negative 1 negative 17 gives you negative 18. Divide both sides by negative 3. We get x equals to 6. Now what we have to do? We have to substitute the x in the given equations. So angle T is 12x minus 1. So 12 times 6 minus 1. 72 minus 1 gives us 71. Similarly, angle R is 9x plus 17. Substitute the value and you will get again 71. Okay, here they are talking about some diagonals. Okay, so we know that TP is congruent to PR. What is TP? TP is 5x plus 9. And what is PR? That is 7x minus 11. Bring the 7x on other side. It gives you negative 7x plus 9 on the other side gives you negative 9. 5 minus 7, it is negative 2x equal Minus 11 minus 9 is minus 20. Divide both sides by minus 2. We will get x equals to 10. Now find out first TP. TP is 5x plus 9. So 5 times 10 plus 9, it gives you 59. What about the PR? So PR is 7x minus 11, which gives you 7 times 10 minus 11 gives you again 59. Now they are talking about TP. Find out the TR, right? So we know that TR is equals to TP plus PR. Yani this whole thing is equal to actually TP, this one, plus PR means this one. Now we know already we have found the TP value, which is 59, and PR also 59. So this will give you 180 degree. Now let's understand one more thing. This is a parallelogram in which the opposite sides are congruent to each other. Okay, the angles which are opposite to each other, they are also congruent. But I have to tell you that if there is a diagonal over here, so remember the alternate angles, interior alternate angles are also congruent to each other. So another thing to remember this thing, that if some figure makes a Z, let's see here, look over my hand that I am trying to make a Z. So here you have angle 1 and angle 4. They are congruent to each other. Similarly, if I make angle 3 and angle 2, they are also opposite alternate interior angles. So they are also congruent to each other. So keeping this thing in the mind, let's try to solve one more question. But it doesn't means that they are, and also they are the half of each other. Means when you add angle 4 and angle 3, it will gives you the complete angle C. Let's try to solve this question. Okay, so the first thing is WZ. We know that WZ is congruent to XY. Okay, so it is so simple that WZ is congruent to XY. Now what is WZ? It is 2x plus 25. And what is XY? This is 4x plus 7. Bring the 4x on the other side, it gives you negative 4x. Bring 25 on the other side, it gives you negative 25. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2x equals to negative 25 plus 7 gives us negative 18. Divide both sides by negative 2, we will get as x equals to 9. Now replace that 9 in WZ. So WZ equals to 2 times, this is 2x plus 25, right? So replace x by 9. So 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 9 is 18. 18 plus 25 is 43. So this is what we find out about WZ. Now let's try what is PY. Now here this is PY, right? And this is WP. So let's check there is an information about this thing. About the WY is the whole thing and WP is this short thing. You know that WP and PY, they are equivalent to each other. And what is WP? WP, it is the half of WY. Yani this is the whole thing, right? So it is W, here it is P, and here it is Y. So what is WP? WP is the half of WY. So let's try. WP is the half of WY. Okay, so what is WP? It is A plus 12 equals to half of what is WY? It is 4A minus 6. Okay, open the bracket with the half, means divide everything by the 2. So we will get A plus 12 equals to 4, half times 4 gives us 2 and then A. Half times negative 6 gives us negative 3. Now bring all the A on the left hand side. 2A goes on the other side. It gives you negative 2A. 12 goes on the other side. It gives you negative 12. A minus 2A gives us negative A or negative 1A equals to 3 minus 3 minus 12 gives us negative 15. Divide both sides by negative 1. We will get A equals to 15. Okay, they are asking us to find out PY. So you know that the PY and WP are equal to each other. So find out PY, WP is congruent to PY. And what is PW? PW is A plus 12. So what is A plus 12? We know that A is 15. 15 plus 12, it is 27. So we find this thing also. Let's check how can we solve for the triangle PYZ. Okay, what is PYZ? It is P, Y and Z. Now the this is PYZ and this is XWP. So they are congruent to each other. So I can write that angle XWP, okay, is congruent to angle PYZ. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles. Okay, so what will I write? XWP, which is equals to 10y plus 4, is equals to 7y plus 13. Bring the 7y over here, so you will get negative 7y. Bring the 4 here, you will get negative 4. So 10 minus 7 is 3y and 13 minus 4 will gives you 9. Divide both sides by the 3, so y equals to 3. Now to try to find it out, okay, what we have to find? PYZ. So PYZ, angle PYZ, it's actually 7y plus 30. So we will write 7 times 3, 21, 21 plus 13, it will be equals to 34. So this is how we have to solve this angle. Next question, Marvin is solving a puzzle with geometric shape which is given over here. One of the pieces is shaped like a parallelogram. Find the dimension of angle J. Okay, you know that the opposite interior angles of a parallelogram are equal to each other, which means that angle G is congruent to angle J. And what is angle G? It is 8x minus 23 equals to 6x plus 11. Bring the 6x on other side, it gives you negative 6x. Bring negative 23 on other side, gives you plus 23. So 8 minus 6 is 2x and 11 plus 23 is 34. Divide both sides by the 2 and we will get 70. Now we have to find out angle J, and angle J is 6x plus 11. So 6, substitute x by 17 plus 11. So 2 4 102 plus 11 gives us 113. So angle J is equals to 113 degree. Last question, a guitar has the makers on the first board that are shaped like the parallelograms. Find BC and angle B in the feet marker shown. So AD is congruent to BC. So let's suppose it's not very clear, but take it as -1. Okay. So AD is congruent to BC. So what is AD? It is 13x minus 7 equals to BC, which is 9x minus 1. Bring the 9x on other side, it gives you negative 9x, and bring the negative 7 on other side, plus 7. 13 minus 9 gives you 4x, plus 7 minus 1 gives you plus 6. 4, divide both sides by the 4, so x equals to 3 by 2, that is 1.5. Now we have to find out the BC, and BC is 9x minus 1. Replace x by 3 by 2, so 3 over 2 minus 1. Okay, so write it in the calculator. 2 3s are 9, 3 9s are 27. 27 divided by 2 minus 1. And you can write directly in the calculator also. It is 25 by 2. That means it is actually 12.5. Now we have to find out angle B, and we know that angle B is actually congruent to angle D. So angle B is how much? 7y plus 45, and angle D is 13y minus 9. Bring the 13y here, negative 13y. Bring 45 here, it gives you negative 45. So 7 minus 13 gives you 7 minus 13 gives you negative 6y, and negative 45 negative 9 gives you negative 54. Divide both sides by negative 6 and we will get y as 9. Now we have to find out BC, right? So what is BC actually equals to? BC is equal to, sorry, angle B we have to find out. BC we already find. Angle B is equals to 7y plus 45. So 7y replaces by 9. 7 times 9 is 63, and 63 plus 45 gives us 108. So this is 108. Next question. Rebecca found another piece of a beach glass that is shaped like a parallelogram given by a shape given over here. Find KL, find LM. So you know that segment KL is congruent to MN. So what is KL? It is 5x plus 10, and MN is 7x minus 2. Bring the 7x on other side, we will get negative 7x. Plus 10 on other side, we will get negative 10. 5 minus 7 is negative 2x. Negative 2 minus 10, negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 2, so x equals to 6. So how to solve? What we have to find out? We have to find out KL. So KL is actually equals to 5x plus 10. Replace 5 by the 6. So 5 times 6, 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. So KL is 40. Now next they are saying LM. Find LM. So LM is actually congruent to KM. Right? This one is congruent to this one. So LM is what? 2y plus 6. And Kn is what? 3y minus 5. Bring the 3y on other side, gives you negative 3y. Bring the 6 on other side, negative 6. 2 minus 3 is negative 1y. Negative 5, negative 6, negative 11. Divide both sides by negative 1, so 5 equals to 11. We have to find out LM, right? So LM actually equals to 2y plus 6. Replace y by 11. 2 times 11 is 22. 22 plus 2 is 24. So this is equals to 24. Hope you understood all the concept. If there is a question, please Write me in the comments. Thank you very much.